Okay, my name is Pastor Wagala Hodari. Uh, I represent the psychosocial pillar in this project. Maybe just on a highlight is that by the wisdom of the government of Kenya, they realized that the hard approach about terrorism was not bearing much fruit. So the approach of the soft approach has enabled the government to bring so many other aspects of society to help in the issues of dealing with anti-terrorism, violent extremism. And that is how, in the wisdom of the government, by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, launched the National Action Plan that has been launched in different counties. Nakuru is one of them. So I'm representing the psychosocial pillar, but we have other pillars. There are about six of them. The whole idea is to involve the counseling psychologist on the issues of the mental health vis-a-vis the crime. So what we are doing is that we are giving psychosocial support to the young people, and we are preparing counseling psychologists in the sense that when they come across the counseling, the client that they are counseling, especially the young people who are at the verge of maybe radicalization, so they are able to know what to do and how to handle them. Because basically in counseling psychology, we have a code of ethics of how to handle our clients. And one of the things that drives counseling psychology is the confidentiality aspect of it. But there are four areas where confidentiality can be broken. And one of them is that when you are dealing with the issues of terrorism, your confidentiality is not guaranteed. That is why we are targeting the counselors who are practicing, especially in Nakuru, that when they are dealing with their clients and they have realized that their clients are at the verge of radicalization, we are giving them training and we're giving the red flags so that they are able to know exactly if the client they are dealing with is at the verge of radicalization. So that is the reason why, as part of psychosocial pillar, of which I and my colleague Zipi Nyangara we are heading, we are targeting the counseling psychologists in Nakuru, especially to train them on this aspect of violent extremism, so that they are able to report to the necessary places. So far, we have been able to do a lot of activity. Just recently, we had the privilege to meet with the guidance and counseling teachers in Nakuru East and Nakuru West at Red Cross Hall, and we were able to reach so many of them. And we challenge them on the issues of how, when they are dealing with the students, and how they are able to know the red flags on the issues that are dealing with the radicalization. Because the radicalizers, they start from the young people, and they target even our schools. So we are also targeting the guiding and counseling teachers for the aspect of giving them psychological supervision so that they don't experience the burnout. So that is one of the aspects that we are doing. We have also been able, as the psychosocial pillar, to partner with the NTSA. NTSA, we partnered with them because of the aspect of mental health vis-a-vis road safety. So we are bringing also the aspect of PCV in that aspect. So we are planning to meet with the counselors who are practicing in Nakuru County, about 50 of them or so, depending on how God will grace us, so that we give them those aspects. When they come across such extremism or clients who are dealing with Mamboya extremism, how do they approach? Where do they report? So we are going to train them on those indicators. We are going to train them on the red flags and all those other things. So that is why I am here. And I'm part of the team. I'm representing the psychosocial pillar. And so far, we are collaborating with the other pillars, and especially the media and online pillar, of which wherever we have an activity, they are able to upscale it to all the wananchi so that they are able to get to know what we are doing. We are also working with the education pillar so that we are able to reach out to the teachers. We are working with the counseling psychologist associations in Nakuru so that we are able to get to their members and also to know exactly if they can be able to be helped and be trained to see some of the things from the lenses of the PCV. I finally want to say that I challenge all the counseling psychologists in the Republic of Kenya that there is a new board a new counselors and psychologists board that has been operationalized. This board is going to regulate all the issues of the counseling in the Republic of Kenya. So if you are a counselor and you have not been able to register, we urge you to register so that by in a few years or a few years time, we shall have real professional counseling psychologists now to get rid of all the quirks of the counselor. So I'm urging all the counseling psychologists in the Republic of Kenya that we be able to register with the Board of Counseling Psychologists Board. That is had been an act of parliament and it has been operationalized. So I don't have much and I'm here to add value to the PCV in the Republic of Kenya, but from Nakuru perspective. We've never had a terrorist attack so far. But it is important to note that there are some other Kenyans who are coming from Nakuru who have been able to be arrested elsewhere in other counties within the Republic of Kenya. And when they were interviewed, they say they were coming from Nakuru. So what we are doing is we are doing prevention as the psychosocial pillar, because now we are targeting the all of Nakuru. And the all of Nakuru, we have 11 sub-counties. So basically, we are targeting the councillors, because that is what we are doing, so that these councillors are able to be trained on the red flags and indications or when they are dealing with their clients. And basically, the reason we are doing that is that it is by law in counseling ethics that if your client is dealing with the terrorism, you cannot guarantee their confidentiality. You'll have to report. And that is why we are really taking that line, so that our counselors who are practicing are able to know exactly if they come across such. Because we are when somebody gets to the therapy room, those 4 aspects must be told. They must be given kwamba confidentiality is guaranteed, except when you want to kill yourself, when you want to harm others, or when you are dealing with the terrorism, or when there's a court order. And in very rare occasions, when a client himself want to say that I want you to disclose this one, maybe to my spouse or to something like that. So that's what we are doing basically. You cannot guarantee their confidentiality. You'll have to report. And that is why we are really taking that line, so that our counselors who are practicing are able to know exactly if they come across such. Because we are when somebody gets to the therapy room, those 4 aspects must be told. They must be given kwamba confidentiality is guaranteed, except when you want to kill yourself, when you want to harm others, or when you are dealing with the terrorism, or when there's a court order. And in very rare occasions, when a client himself want to say that I want you to disclose this one, maybe to my spouse or to something like that. So that's what we are doing basically.